Hey everyone, one of my viewers asked me to do a video showing how I fix my axes and hammers where basically that shit's happening to them, right? This basically has the eye design with a wedge in there, and with all of these style of axes and hammers, if you use them enough, eventually you get that and you start sticking nails in there and screws to expand the wood, and eventually it just turns to shit and you can't use it. So what the fix that I have, and I've used it a number of times, and these axes have seen plenty of use, right? You can see how this one was initially having that problem. Well, what I do is I just weld a piece of metal, right? It could be like 1/8 inch thick on the side here. I just use my welder, right? And then I drill a hole all the way through here, and basically I just run a rivet, a 3/16 rivet. I cut it down to where it needs to be, and I just rivet it, right? And this is an extremely successful design. Okay, so you can see I just welded it there. Well, it doesn't have to be pretty well, just weld it on there so it sticks, and it will work. Now, if you don't have a welder, that shouldn't be too big of a deal, especially if you have a hammer or an axe that's flat on top like this. You could just take a piece of like 1/8 mild steel. Mild steel is pretty soft. If anything, you can just heat it up with a torch. You don't even have to get it red hot, and you should be able to just hammer it to just go over the top, and just you know hammer it flat, right? And then you can do the same thing. Just drill it through and run the rivet, and it'll hold it in place. So you don't have to use a welder. You can go over the top, and it should work fine, especially if it's a flat top like this. If you have one that's more rounded like this, like on this one, if I didn't have a welder, I would have used my angle grinder and just grinded this down a little bit more flat, and then I would have done the same thing. Just have a 1/8 mild steel, just go over the top, and just hammer it flat, right? So there's like corners here, and then just run the rivet through, and you'll never have a problem again. Now on this axe here, the reason why I haven't done it is because this wood is just like shit. I got to replace it. I got nothing to rivet into over here. I just use this as a splitting axe, basically. What I'll do is I'll hold it. If I'm trying to split something, I'll just hold it there, and I'll hammer on the backside. So I'm not actually swinging this. I just need something to hold it. I mean, theoretically, I could just hold it like that too, and that would work. But that's the only reason why I haven't done that to this one. Okay, so that's how you fix your hammers and your axes that are basically coming loose off the handle. Just give it langets. These are called langets. So this is a medieval design. I mean, obviously they didn't weld it, but you could just go over the top, and it will hold it in place.